Hi, welcome. My name is Steve Chrysler. I am a CPA in California, and I've been doing bookkeeping and taxes for 20 years, and I am the owner of Bookkeeping Life, and I've put together a program to assist you in building and growing a bookkeeping business. If you already have a bookkeeping business set up, but you're having trouble growing it, this is the program for you. If you're thinking about changing professions and getting into bookkeeping, this is also the program for you. I teach you how to start and grow a bookkeeping business. I have another program where it's a guided course, but today I'm going to talk about the self-guided course where it's self-paced. I give you all the tools and information, and you put the pieces together and run with it on your own, but I am always there to help you and assist you along the way. So about this self-guided, self-paced course. The whole idea of working for yourself is to gain control of your own life and be your own boss. There's no better gift that you can give yourself than to be your own boss. To give up the rat race, give up rush hour traffic, to roll out of bed and work from your home office in your pajamas is priceless. To be able to have time with your family and friends, if you have children, to be able to be at all their school events and to help out with volunteering. I do that all the time. I have a 7-year-old son, and I help with field trips and help with classroom activities all the time, and it's such a treat, and it's really priceless to be able to do that. If I was working a 9-to-5 job, I would not be able to do that. Also, working for yourself and being your own boss also provides freedom to travel, to have hobbies. It's so important. We only have one go around in this life, and having hobbies and having friends and doing things with friends and family and traveling and seeing the world, and all that can be done if you're your own boss, and also if you're making the type of money that allows you to do that. Having your own bookkeeping business does that. It allows you to do all these things and to live the life that you've always dreamt of, maybe, and that you see other people doing, and you wonder why hasn't my life gone down that path? Well, you do have the choice to make that happen. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, I am a CPA. I got my CPA about 20 years ago, and first thing I want to say is you do not need to be a CPA, and it actually can work against you getting clients if you're CPA, because clients think that you're going to charge more, and most CPAs do, for the same type of service because they're CPAs. So most bookkeepers are not CPAs, and you do not need to be a CPA. You do not need to have a degree in accounting and all of that to be a successful bookkeeper. In fact, most bookkeepers I know have a high school degree, maybe a little college, maybe not, but they've learned the practice on their own or through taking some courses, programs like mine, that type of thing, and they build up their experience over time and build up their client base, and they have their own business, and they do really, really well. So do not feel like you need to be a CPA just because I am. But a little bit about me. About 20 years ago, I graduated, got my CPA. That same year, I started a staff accountant position, and I did that for 3 years. But I'll tell you, the very first day of that, I was sitting in a windowless building in a cubicle as a staff accountant. I worked really hard to get my degree in accounting, and here I was with no daylight. So I basically had a minor panic attack that day. I realized that, I worked really hard to get here, and this is where I am. I was looking at my boss, my manager, and she was not a happy person, and so I knew from day one working there that I needed to make a choice. I either needed to just go down that road of working my way up through the company to a manager role, and but it's just more responsibility and basically a miserable life as I saw it. So some people like that, but it wasn't for me. And I knew that from day one, and I knew that I had to go a different route. I needed to start looking for a different way to go about my life to where I could work for myself. I did pay my dues. I did end up spending 3 years there, but shortly into working there, I was working with a lady that was doing bookkeeping on the side, and she was using QuickBooks. I had never heard of QuickBooks, and so she taught me. I learned from her. I basically had an epiphany that day. I realized that she was making money on the side doing books and she was also doing taxes for people on the side, and earning some extra money. And I thought, you know what, I could do that. So I started looking into it. I got QuickBooks. I started learning QuickBooks, and I started getting clients. It just kind of organically, naturally happened over time. I didn't really ever push for it. I never ran any formal ads or anything like that. It's just kind of word of mouth, different friends and stuff. But that's how it starts out. It can just start out small, and it builds from there. And I talk about all that in my program, but how to get clients. But I did realize something that day, is that, you know what, I can learn something on the side. While I was working my job, I was building up my bookkeeping practice, and then eventually I built up my bookkeeping practice enough to where I said, you know what, I can drop my 9-to-5 job and really focus on my bookkeeping clients and gaining more clients. And that's what I did. I took the plunge, and but it wasn't I jumped in from the beginning. I built it up slowly to the point where I could just easily transition over to that. And there's a lot of times where you take one step back for 2 steps forward, and that's really what that was. And it's the best thing I ever did, and I've been doing that about 20 years ago. So now my goal here is to teach you basically the same thing I did. I teach you everything you need. I was basically self-taught all along the way. So for about 20 years, I've been making my mistakes and learning from them. And my goal and my mission is to teach people how to do the same thing I did, except at a faster rate, because you won't be making the mistakes that I made along the way. I am here to help you and guide you so that you don't have to make all those mistakes and learn by trial and error like I did. So that's my goal, and so my goal is to teach you the benefits of working for yourself, and that you can do it. A lot of people think that the biggest fears that people have going into this are they able to get clients? Do they have the experience and education to do this profession? And also, how can they possibly make the leap from being an employee or working particular jobs to becoming their own boss? Now, I help you with every single aspect of that, and those are really misconceptions that don't really exist. I teach you how to get clients is really boiled down to really good branding and really good advertising. And in my program, I teach you exactly what to do, everything that's worked for me and has worked for many students before you. Exactly what to do to have good branding and have good advertising, and I'll go into that in a little bit. The other thing is the educational piece. I tell you exactly. I give you advice on how to gain your experience. I teach you some experience, point you in the right direction for gaining experience. But you don't need any experience to start my program. You can learn through my program and through the direction of my program. And then the whole idea that you have to stop your life or stop your profession or stop your jobs in order to go down this career path. Absolutely not. You can dial this at as quickly as you want. You can start, I always say, start off small, get one client, build up from there, get a second client, build up from there. All along the way, you're gaining experience, gaining education. I teach you QuickBooks and where to go for QuickBooks education, and basically bookkeeping 101. All of that is important to know, and that's all stuff that you learn through my program and through my direction. And I'll get into the specifics of my program here in a little bit. But So the barriers of you need to know something before you get into it, nobody does. Nobody knows bookkeeping before they get into bookkeeping. They learn bookkeeping after they make the decision to learn bookkeeping. And that's how it is with really any profession. So don't feel like you need to have a degree or some working knowledge of bookkeeping before you can start your own bookkeeping business. You don't. You can start small, you learn as you go, you take on a client that you can handle, and then every client is different. There's simple clients and difficult clients, and I teach you how to get clients and how to pick the right ones and how to grow over time. You start off with a really simple client, and then you can gain in complexity over time. As you learn more, you can pick up more complicated clients. But basically, my program consists of this 20, I think it's at 25 now, 25 videos, educational videos that I put together. And you just watch those in order, and they teach you everything from how to brand yourself, how to advertise yourself, and all this knowledge that you need to gain prior to getting the first client, how to get the first client, what you need from the first client, how to talk to that first client. So let me jot down the items that are in my package. Let's get rid of this. So the video package is the first thing I'll list here. I'm always adding to the videos, so I think it's at 25 now. So, but over time it grows and grows. Also, what you're going to need is for the branding piece of things, because remember, very good branding plus very good advertising equals clients. That's the way it is. But for very good branding, you have to have a logo. So I have a logo guy and business cards, logo and business cards. So you tell him, you fill out a little one-page questionnaire of what you'd like your logo to be, what the name is. I teach you how to get a name, a business name, everything, how to get a domain name. So the logo guy will create a really really professional logo. Bookkeeping Life was done by this gentleman, so it gives you an idea of the level of professionalism. It's going to be a very sharp logo that you can feel very proud of. It'll go on your website, your business cards. So with my program, you get custom, premium, professional logo done, and also business card design so that you can order business cards. You also get a website. Most people do not know how to make a website, and that's understandable. Why would you, right? And I've learned over time that was one of the barriers that students would have. So I've started including that as part of the package, is that you will have not only a really sharp logo that you can feel proud of, but a really nice website as well. So that's all the branding piece of things. That's your branding, and then I'll teach you how and where to advertise, and you can advertise for free. You don't have to pay money to advertise. You can, but I teach you ways to advertise yourself for free. So that's the logo and website. That's the branding piece. You also have. I also give you direction on bookkeeping. And QuickBooks. I'm writing sloppy. So if you don't know, QuickBooks is the most used bookkeeping software out there. So I teach you kind of QuickBooks 101, give you direction on how to get a free QuickBooks account and how to set up clients, all that good stuff. Kind of, like I said, bookkeeping and QuickBooks 101 information and direction. Also, a really valuable piece to this is access to a closed private Facebook group. So this Facebook group is where we can, all of us and that are subscribers of Bookkeeping Life, share their thoughts and ideas and questions. It's a really good place to share questions. A lot of people, when they're getting into QuickBooks, they're new to QuickBooks, they have questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? So you just post them up in there. So think of it as not only a support group, it's a community of all of us that are like-minded, but it's also a support group. So if you have questions on how to do a particular function in QuickBooks, that's the place to post it up. Post it up in there, and somebody will reply, or I'll reply, or we'll all reply and help you out. So that's extremely valuable. So that's the Facebook Insider group. We call it Bookkeeping Life Insider Facebook group. So it's the Facebook. It's a private group. So the whole world can't see it, just those of us that are part of the program. And then another thing is I do live Q&A sessions all the time. I try to do them once a week, and so that's part of it too. I have those in to just the members only. So if you become a member, you will have these. I try to do them weekly. Weekly Q&A sessions where you can ask me questions, and it's not one-on-one because there's more people that show up, but it's you can ask me questions and I'll answer them in a live setting. So live Q&A sessions. So I find that people find those very valuable, and I love being able to interact with everybody. So I take this very seriously. I have a successful accounting practice. This is not something I'm doing to make a lot of money. The price of this, there is a profit to me. I'm not trying to pull one over on everybody. But I try to price it at a point where everybody can get on board with it. Where you're serious about it. It will change your life if you put your energy into it. I find that people that start it and really get on it, and really become active in our closed community, really benefit from the program. I had a student that she went from nothing. She had no logo, no website, nothing, no advertising. In 10 days, she went from no business to having a business up and running and having her first client, all in a 10-day span. So, but she got on it, and also figure it's about 15 to 20 hour commitment to get through all the videos, to the energy that you put into the logo and website, and learning about QuickBooks, and figure about 15 to 20 hours of your commitment. So whether or not you can do an hour a day, or it depends on how much free time and energy you have to put towards it, but you can be up and running real quickly, and you can I say you can be up and running within a week. Usually people take 2 weeks to kind of get through it all, but if you have the time and really want to put the effort in, you can be up and running in 2 weeks, or in 1 week if you really wanted to. So that is, now pricing this thing is always difficult for me, because I do spend time with the live sessions, the Q&A sessions, and I put a lot of energy into this. So if I were to bill it at my hourly rate, it would be a lot more than what I do charge for it. But I charge, so the value of this, honestly, you got to ask yourself, what's the value to completely change your life into a new direction, to be put on a new path, want to, all those things that we talked about before, which is, freedom to run your own life the way you'd like to roll out of bed and work in your pajamas. A lot of times I've put 2 hours of work in early in the morning, and I haven't done anything yet. I haven't gotten dressed yet. So that's how it is. You can just roll right out of bed. This is my home office, what you see here. So you can, I've had a lot of offices in my career, and I currently have an office where I have a receptionist, but I mostly work out of my home office. I'd say 95% of the time I work out of my home office, and that's all you need is a home office. I really just have the office for the tax side of my business, where people can drop off tax documents and pick up tax documents, and it's helpful to have a receptionist. But for bookkeeping practice, you absolutely can work out of your home office, and people don't care. People don't care if you have an office outside your home or if you work in your home office. I've never ever heard anybody have an issue with that, and if they did, that's not the type of client that you would want anyways. So the value I would put on this is thousands, honestly. And I do know there are other programs out there that do charge thousands. I choose to price this at, there's a one-time fee of $497, and then it's $97 a month after that. So, and this is good. This is good. That squares you away for the first month, and then after that it's $97 a month after that. And this helps cover, because I do have a team. I have a logo guy and I have a website team. So you're getting this initial fee. This is the initial fee, and this is each month after that. So really think about it as this: the initial fee is getting your logo and website, because those are costs that I incur. So it helps me cover those costs. And then also you get all this other stuff, and then the $97 a month, you can process that as really that's to be able to be part of these. Yeah, I mean, of course you already have all this, but then the ongoing monthly thing is really you get the benefit of the Facebook closed group, which is really your support system, and also the live sessions with me, where you can ask me anything. So now here we are. There's the price, $497 for the first month, and then $97 after that. Now here we are. Here's your choice. Are you going to make this choice to change your life forever, or do you want to just continue with what you have? The thing is you can do this. I've seen I've helped a lot of people do this, and I've done it. I am not some brainiac. I was not a brainiac in school, and I'm still not a brainiac. I truly believe if I can do this, you can do this. So you do have the choice of whether or not just continue with what you're doing or make a change for your life. The freedoms, especially if you have family, and also if you enjoy traveling and spending time with friends, and hobbies are so important in people's lives. I used to, back in the day, I really didn't have that many hobbies, if any. I can't really remember that far back, but I have a lot of hobbies in my life now. I do yoga regularly, jiu-jitsu, surf, and just really, what's really priceless is the time I get to spend with my 7-year-old. He's grown up so fast, and time goes by so fast that to be able to work when he's not with me, and then work when and not work when I have him, is priceless. I get to focus on him, and we do exciting things all the time. We get to travel. We went to Costa Rica earlier this year. We always travel and do fun things together. So, and that's all a product of being able to work for myself and making good money doing that. So my goal is to teach you how to do that, and for you to experience a life of freedoms and controlling your own destiny. We only have one go round. So that's my goal. You can cancel at any time. There's no locked in commitment. If you get into it and a month later you say, this isn't for me, or I've had people pause it, say, oh, something came up, we're moving, or can we pause it? Absolutely. I am always available. This is another thing that really sets me apart, is I am always available. I really take pride in doing. I would not do this. I make really good money with my profession. I do not. I do this because I want to really help people. experience the freedoms that I have. So, and I take pride in it. I work really hard to always be available. If I'm awake, I'm pretty much available. If I'm doing something with my son, it may take me an hour to respond, but I'm always an email away. And I'm always Facebook, checking on the Facebook page and seeing if anybody has any questions there. I'm on Messenger. So I always make myself available to everybody. So anyways, this is the program. This is the current price. And check out the rest of my website. If you have any questions, you can email me at steve@bookkeepinglife.com. I'm happy to answer any question you might have, and we can even jump on a phone call, and I can answer any questions you have there. But check out the page. Click on the link to sign up and start changing your life today. I look forward to adding you to my student list and helping you achieve your goals. I will be with you every step of the way, and helping you create your business and grow it, get your clients, get over those fears of if you can do it, how you're going to get clients, all that stuff. I address all of that stuff in my program. So don't have any fears going into this. I know it's normal to, and it's natural to, but I address all of those fears and all those issues that people have going into something as monumental as changing your life's direction. So I'm here for you, and I'm excited to help you do that, and you'll see the benefits. All right, take care, and I look forward to working with you. All right, bye.